Getting cardio back into the fray is going to be interesting. It's going to be somewhat of a journey because I had my first day back doing cardio today. I only did 15 minutes, and it was my average heart rate was at like 155, 160. So it was, I was working pretty good, but nothing really crazy. I remember back when I used to do P90X and all that, and a lot of hit training, high intensity interval training. Um, my heart rate would get up to like 190, sometimes a little higher than that even. So like 155 and 160, not bad. Like I said, I did 15 minutes. I burned, I think it was like 204 calories. I know those aren't exactly 100% accurate, but it gives me a good gauge of what I around where I was. But I gotta say, I was struggling. Like 3 minutes in, because I rode the bike. That's how I like to do a lot of my cardio. I don't like the treadmills. I guess walking on the treadmills is fine, but anytime you start running, um, that impact can really start to affect your knees and ankles. And I already have enough stuff challenging my joints and wearing and tearing on them with all the weights that I lift. So riding a bike, the stationary bike, is my go-to for cardio. But anyways, like 3 minutes into it, my quads, really, really my whole leg was starting to burn pretty bad. So this is going to be, I'm going to have to be patient. I was even considering because I was going to just jump straight back into it and start doing cardio every day again. Just start at 15 minutes a day. Every day I come in here, warm up with that. But I may have to ease into it. I may have to do every other day because I don't want to do it so much that my legs are so sore and I'm not recovering that it starts affecting my leg days. I need to ease into it and let my legs get conditioned to it, and then I might start doing it every day after. Worst case scenario, a couple weeks of doing it every other day. I got to think of the long term. I don't want to jump straight into this and, like I said, go every day, and then it starts to affect my tendons because I've had that happen because they're just not ready for all that uh, extra mileage, literally. So I might do every other day for a week or two, and then whenever it feels right, start going every day and just go from there. But yeah, cardio. I never should have stopped, man. I shouldn't have. But I remember I watched this video of Jay Cutler that said at a certain point in his bodybuilding career, during his off season, he didn't do cardio. So I tried to adopt that method. And this just goes to show that not every method is for every person. I almost prefer just sticking with cardio, but just during my off season, just bring it down to like 10 or 15 minutes a day. And then when I'm cutting, I'm really starting to condition myself up into 20, 30, 40 minutes a day, whatever. Um, yeah, but I just remember watching that video of Jay Cutler saying that. I was like, I'm going to give that a try. And now I wish I wouldn't have because my legs were not ready for cardio today. They weren't ready. The good thing is we have chest. Shouldn't affect, I mean, hopefully it shouldn't affect too much. I know there's a little bit of leg drive on this, but when I'm benching on the Smith machine, I'll use a little bit of leg drive, usually like toward the end of my sets, just to give me an extra boost to get a couple, to get 2 or 3 extra reps, whatever I can get. But like the majority of the portion of the sets, I try to keep it strictly on my chest when I'm in the Smith machine. When it's not like free weight, that's different. You want to use some leg drive because it stabilizes better. But stability is not a factor here, so I just try to isolate my chest. What the heck is going on with these earbuds, dude? Anyways, I try to isolate my chest as much as I can when I'm using machines like this. So, but yeah, let me shut up before I just keep ranting and ranting, and we'll keep warming up. All right, let's throw another 45 on. I think that I think the heat got to me a little bit today. We only worked. I worked through lunch, and we started at 6:30, worked at 12:30, so a 6 hour day. But it's because the heat. Um, it's supposed to get a heat index of like 100 degrees where I'm at, and so I mean we didn't work. We quit by the time it gets that hot for obvious reasons, and we try to beat the heat. But even by 12:30, it felt like 90 or 95, so we're right in the sun. So it probably felt hotter than that actually. And it only takes about a couple hours at minimum to that for that heat to really start affecting you, and it can affect your lift. So, um, this kind of where you got to adjust accordingly, as I like to say. If you have a day at work that's like kind of unexpectedly tough out of nowhere, um, sometimes you got to adjust your workouts around that kind of stuff. May have to do that today. This weight right here will really tell me how it's going to go. I'm hoping to just work up to what I did last Monday, which was 345s and 25 on each side. I think the actual working weight on the Smith machine bar is 335 pounds with all that. And try to get 3 sets of 10, 11, 12 reps, whatever I can get. But yeah, let's just try this weight. Didn't feel bad. Felt like I was a little high, so let's bring this down. Try that. I won't go too far. I probably did, knowing my luck, but let's just throw 25 on there, and we're just gonna go for it, man. Go for this first one. Hopefully, it's pretty good. Man, nothing will mess a set up like getting a phone call right in the middle of your set. That was not ideal to say the least. But honestly, wasn't that bad. I think I did 10. I would have liked to have gotten 11, match that PR I did last week. And honestly, I hate making excuses. I don't want to blame something, but when my phone started ringing, it did kind of throw me off a little bit. And I feel like it possibly took a rep from me, which kind of sucks. But I mean, it is what it is. I still got 10, which is pretty good. So just try to match that a couple more times. at least one more time. I'd imagine on the third set. I don't see myself getting 10 again. Could surprise myself though, which would be cool. But in an ideal world, for a gym fanatic like me and all the other gym fanatics out there, you know, and again, in an ideal world, you just wake up, eat, chill, rest, get ready to go to the gym. Go to the gym, have a epic, badass lift, do some good posing, get some good gains, leave, go home, eat again, and then sleep. I mean, that is, it probably sounds boring to a lot of you, but that's my ideal world right there. So when things like working in the heat kind of mess things up, because I can feel it, man. I just feel a little, what's the way to describe it? Like baked almost. You know what I mean? It just like zapped my energy a little bit. Sweating that much and being right in the sun, I can feel it. So, it's, like I said, it's not ideal. In an ideal world, I would just be able to focus on the gym. That's my perfect world, you know. But most people are not going to have that luxury. So you just got to try to find your way to work around it as best you can, you know. And you're still going to have good days and bad days. And honestly, even though, like I said, my energy feels a little zapped, it doesn't feel like it's going to be a bad day. I did 10, which is honestly not bad considering how I feel. So, yeah, let's just do a couple more sets, maybe a drop set. I don't know yet. Come on. Okay, I'll be honest. I was hoping for a miracle, and I was hoping to get 11 on that second one, but I should just be happy with getting 10 again. So I am. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I it's like now that I know I'm starting to cut. I don't know. I don't know the best way to explain it. It's almost like I'm rushing or trying not to lose any strength, but it's just gonna happen, you know. Again, I'm only in one day, so I'm sure I haven't lost strength. It's just from working. I really do think it's just from working in the heat. But I'm just gonna do one more, uh, 2 sets of 10. I mean, as I sit here and kind of think about it, again, that's pretty good. My I mean, I literally just hit my PR with this weight last week, and it was only one more rep than what I've done for 2 sets of 10 here. So I think, you know, like it's good to hold yourself accountable and have high expectations for yourself. But sometimes, um, and I'm guilty of this too. I'm looking in the mirror, if you will, when I say this. But sometimes, you know, you can be too hard on yourself, and I feel like, yeah, it keeps you going, it keeps you striving to be better. But then sometimes, if you're too hard on yourself, it can actually have the opposite effect, and it's almost like you're tearing yourself down, you know. And that's something you definitely don't want to do. And like I said, I think anybody that's been committed to the gym, I feel like has probably come up to that point sometime in their training journey. It's gonna happen. So best way to combat that is just pretty much what I just did. Just remind yourself, not every day, not every week is gonna be a lift or set to remember. It's just, if that was the case, I've said this before, it's probably, might be a little over exaggerating here, but if that was the case, if you got better every lift, every day, every session, literally, pretty much anybody that was consistent going to the gym for a year would be up to almost a 400-pound bench in a year. But again, that's just not how it works. You have your peaks and valleys. It's an up and down journey. It's not a linear straight line. Although the peaks and valleys, if you're training right, should be going up in a linear line, but it's just, it's got more of a wave to it. But anyways, like I said, I'll do one more, probably a drop set, depending on how this next one goes, but probably a drop set. That was tougher, for sure. Okay, wasn't as good as I was hoping, so let's do a drop set. I was going just a tad bit slower on the eccentric on that last set, so it makes me feel a little bit better about only getting 8 this time. All right, let's move on. I feel comfortable calling that 3 good sets. I think I like this variation of this fly on the cables better than when I bring it all the way up and I'm going at a very drastic decline. It just feels better. I get a better stretch when I have it a slight, like it's up just a little bit above my shoulders, maybe like level with my head. So I'm coming slightly down to hit, get a little nice lower chest in there, but it's mainly like a mid fly and it just feels better. So I know I might ride these out for some weeks and abandon the having it all the way at the top and see if I actually do like it better. It could just be because, you know, it's just something different. But so far, it feels much better. So let's do 2 more and then we'll move on to something else. Mm. All right, one more. Mm. Mm. Uh, all right, let's do a little drop set here. Ooh. Okay. You know the set's getting good whenever you're squirming around because it's burning so much. That was good. The more I do this, the more I've fallen in love with it. Again, chest has been kind of a problem area for me. I've gotten better with it, but it's just to feel that contraction sometimes can be hard. But this right here, feel it amazing. So let's just stay right here and do three quick ones for upper chest. Mm, 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 mm. Up. Mm, mm. Okay, a little too light. Let's go up just a little bit. Mm, 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 mm. These are feeling really good today. I don't know why. I mean, they always feel good, but like how some days this certain things might feel better than other weeks. Today's one of those days. For some reason, doing these upper ones are feeling really good. So, do one more nice little drop set, and then probably I see myself moving on to the pec deck. We'll finish strong with the pec deck. Maybe one nice little set of deficit push-ups. And that might be it for today. Ah, shit. I couldn't have timed that more perfect. As soon as I sat down for that drop set, a song that I really like started playing, and although I didn't show it, I didn't really show it at all. It it got me in the zone pretty good. I love it when that happens. Okay, like I said, let's just move on to pec deck, man. I might not even try to go crazy heavy. I might just go for some good, slow eccentric, good stretch, and really feel the contraction. Of course, I say that, and then when I get over there, I'm gonna be very tempted to just full stack it. We'll see when I get over there, though. But yeah, let's just get over to the pec deck and do probably 3 sets. Be done. All right. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about when I said I wasn't gonna full stack this thing. I'm gonna try at least one. I think I can manage it. Oh shit. Okay, I'm at the point where I can handle this weight. Even after all the 9 or 10 sets I've already done. And I can get a decent 8 to 10 reps. But is it really what I need at this moment? I don't think so. Although I want to full stack it, I just got to remind myself I'm almost done. I've already been in here for over an hour. So, really, how much weight I have on here is not what's important. I just need to finish strong with actually getting good sets in and really isolating my chest. So, I'm going to try to do the right thing here, even though I don't want to. And we'll go up and wait on these next 2 sets. I'm just going to bring it up a couple notches. Nothing crazy. I think that should be good for 2 more, and then we'll probably do a drop set too. Why not?
Ooh. All right. Ooh. Okay. That was extremely effective, to say the least. Extremely effective. Sometimes it's good to just finish with some nasty sets and reps. And that's pretty much what I just did. Most of my stuff here today was controlled, really good form, which is what you always should strive for. But every now and then, you just got to get into a real gnarly set, you know? All right. Like I said, I'm probably going to go do a quick set of deficit push-ups. I mean, I probably won't record it. I might. I don't know, just to show you guys that I actually do them. I don't just say I do them. But then after that, we'll do some posing. uh,
Oh shit. That could have been bad. All right, let's go pose. Oh crap. Okay, day one of the cut. I am going to say again, it's going to be a week or two before I get used to doing cardio. So every other day, riding the stationary bike, I think is gonna be my best bet. Again, like I said, for at least a week or two. But also, all I've had today for breakfast, again, like I said yesterday, where I'm really gonna get a lot of my carbs and fats is gonna be my breakfast. So breakfast, I had a egg and sausage sandwich with a protein bar. That right there is most of my carbs and stuff. Not all of it, but most. But then for lunch, all I had was 8 ounces of chicken, which is like 55 grams of protein, give or take. Very low calories and fat and carbs and all that. And then a cup of green beans. And that's all I've had today. So it's gonna be a while before I get used to training on that low of calories again. And then also again, I think the heat and the sun and all that kind of on top of starting my cut today, not having many calories, it was all just kind of hit me at once. And then again, I just remembered last week I was sick and I got a little bit of nasal congestion still after like 8 days. So I think it's just a lot of things at once. But I really didn't even have that. I had a really good chest day actually. I was within one rep of matching my PR on bench, and then I did that for 2 sets within one rep of my PR. On a again after listing all the things that have kind of were stacked up against me, so I feel pretty good. Not the perfect start to a cut by any means, but again, considering everything I just said, like I try, you gotta try to stay positive, man. If you start to let these little things like that get to you. And I've been there. I have let stuff like that get to me. It can ruin everything. It can ruin your mood, ruin your workouts, literally everything. And then sometimes it's hard to get that mindset switched back to being positive. And then it just starts to build up and build up. And then it seems like, and then it's almost like you're looking for any little thing to give you a bad day or to give you an excuse to have a bad workout or just whatever. You know what I mean? So you got to try to stay positive, and that's what I'm gonna do. But let's start posing. I'm going to be very excited. Yeah, I'm going to be very excited to see some before and after pictures of literally right now, day one, and then 8 to 12 weeks from now, when hopefully I'm pretty diced and shredded with the same muscle mass. You know, it should be expected to lose a little bit of muscle mass, but if you eat enough protein, really it's just a protein. You want your calories down, your fats down, your carbs down to a certain extent, maybe not as much. But as long as you eat enough protein, even while you're cutting, you're not going to lose a lot of muscle if you're training right and sleeping good. So, so yeah, like hopefully the muscle mass stays pretty much where I'm at now. Just another 10, 20 pounds, less water, less fat, and you just see striations everywhere. That's my freaking goal. So, whether it takes the duration of this cut is really just determined on how quick I see the results I want to see. If it only takes 8 weeks, I might only do an 8 week cut. If it takes 12, I'll do 12. I really don't want to push it past 12 unless it's just going horrible. As long as I see, I'll say like this, as long as I'm very, very close to the results I want to see by the 12th week mark, I'll stop at 12. The only way I'm going to go past 12 weeks of cutting, again, is if it's like just for whatever reason, it's just not going good. But hopefully, I'm gonna make sure that don't happen. So we shouldn't have to worry about that. But yeah, man. I mean, good workout. Literally, we're gonna call today day one of the cut because yesterday I said it was day one, but really I did have a few more cheat meals. I did, um, just because it was the weekend and I knew it was the last day. Because on Monday, no matter what, today I was gonna start. So today is actually day one. So yeah, man. Let's day one down. A lot more to go.